Hello, this is a video about how to solve quadratic equations, which are quadratic trinomials. So they'll have three different terms, and the coefficient of the x squared is greater than 1. In a previous video, we showed you how to solve quadratic trinomials when the coefficient of the x squared was equal to 1. Now they're greater than 1. So for example, solve 3x squared plus 8x plus 5. So what we do is we multiply the x squared coefficient by the constant. We're going to get 3 times 5, and that's equal to 15. And then we get the factors of 15, which are going to multiply to give us 15, and they're going to add up to give us 8. So I can see quite quickly that that is 3 and 5. And then what I need to do is I need to rewrite this as 3x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 5 is equal to 0. And then I factor these two, and I factor these two as well. So I'm going to factor these by saying, well, the highest common factor out of 3x squared and 3x is 3x. So 3x into x plus 1, because 3x by 1 is 3x. And then I'm going to factor out the highest common factor here is a 5. X plus 1 as well. 5x is 5x, and 5 times 1 is 5. And that's equal to 0. So I'm now grouped. I'm now going to finish off this. I've got 3x plus 5. So I'm pairing these two, you see. And that's all times by x plus 1. And that's equal to 0. And now you can solve this yourselves, because you've done this a few times now. Okay, I just finished this off for you. You can see I've got 3x plus 5 equals 0. And that means that 3x is equal to negative 5. I then divide across by 3, both sides. So I'm going to get x is equal to negative 5 over 3. When I have, or else I'm going to have x plus 1 is equal to 0. That means x equal to negative 1. Let's have another look at another example of these. So here we are, solve 3x squared plus 20x minus 7. We multiply the 3 by a minus 7, which is going to give me minus 21. And then I'm going to get the factors of minus 21, which are equal to plus 20. So I can see that that's going to be plus 21 and minus 1. They will multiply to give me minus 21 or negative 21. And then I'm going to add them to give me plus 20. So I'm going to now rewrite. I'm rewriting this here. So I leave the 3x squared, that doesn't change. But I rewrite the 20x as plus 21x minus 1x. And there's the minus 7. I just highlighted here what I've done. You can see I've rewritten the 20x as plus 21x minus 1x using these factors here. And now I'm going to group. So I'm going to group these, and I see the highest common factor of 3x squared and 21x is 3x. So 3x here goes into here x times plus 7. So notice 3x by x gives me 3x squared, 3x by 7 gives me 21x. Now I'm going to write down, because I've got minuses here, I'm going to write down x plus 7. I'm telling you that this here is always going to be the same as here. It's the technique that works. So we need to have an x plus 7 here because there's an x plus 7 here. If we don't, the whole thing is you've gone wrong. And now I just need to find out what I'm going to put here. Is it plus 1 or minus 1? And it's a minus 1, because minus 1 by x is going to give me minus x, and minus 1 by plus 7 is going to give me minus 7. Now I put these together, 3x minus 1. So 3x minus 1 times x plus 7, and that's equal to 0. I left out my equal zeros here by mistake. Equals 0. And now we finish off the same way as usual. 3x minus 1 is equal to 0, or x plus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, here's another example. Solve minus 4y squared plus 13y minus 3 is equal to 0. Now the best way to proceed with this is we want to turn this minus 4, the coefficient of the y squared, into a positive. And what we do is we multiply all of the terms left and right of the equation by negative 1. So I'm going to multiply this by negative 1, this, and this, and this as well. And that's going to give me 4y squared minus 13y plus 3 is equal to 0. And that's multiplied by minus 1 as well, but 0 multiplied by minus 1 is 0. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 1 is plus 3. So you just change the signs. This becomes a plus, this becomes a minus, this becomes a plus, and 0 stays the same. Now we continue as we did before. So we're going to get 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. We get the factors of 12 that are going to add up to minus 13. Interestingly, it's going to be minus 1 and minus 12. Those numbers multiply to give me plus 12 and they add up to give me minus 13. So I'm going to rewrite now 4y squared minus, now I have a choice. I can write minus 1y. Okay, I could have written minus 12y, minus 1y, and then I'm going to rewrite minus 12y now plus 3 is equal to 0. I'm going to factorize these two, and then I'm going to factorize these two. Okay, so the highest common factor of 4y squared and y is y into 4y minus 1. And I know I'm going to have a 4y minus 1 here, 0. I just need to put a number in front. It has to be 3. So 3 4s are 12. And it needs to be a minus because I need a minus 12y. And minus 3 by minus 1 gives me plus 3. I'll say again, if these two inside the brackets aren't the same, you've done something wrong. So I often write it down first and then put in my the number that goes before it. Now, y minus 3, which are these two, multiplied by 4y minus 1 is equal to 0. And that means I get y minus 3 is equal to 0, which means y is equal to plus 3. Or I'm going to get 4y minus 1 is equal to 0, that means that 4y is equal to plus 1, and y is equal to a quarter. Okay, there are 2 examples there for you to try. Have a go yourself and see how you get on. Press pause, and when you're finished, press play and see what the solution is. Okay, here's the first solution. We have the factors of 12. 4 by 3 is 12. We found out which ones add up to plus 8. We rewrote it using these terms here, and then we factored out, and then we said 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, or 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, and so on. Okay, so hopefully you got that by now. Let's have a go. Well, hopefully you've had a go at the other one. I'll do the solution now as well. Remember, of course, now we've got a minus 4p squared, so we need to turn everything into a plus. So I'm going to have 4p squared plus 16p plus 15 is equal to 0. I multiplied everything by minus 1, left and right of the equation. So now we multiply 4 by 15 is 60. I need to get the factors of 60 to add up to 16. Okay, so you can try different ones. Obviously 1 and 60, but that's useless. 2 and 30, useless as well. 3 and 20, no good. 4 and 15, no good as well. So 5 and 12, got loads of factors of 60. 5 and 12, and 6 and 10, there we go. So they're the ones that add up, 6 and 10. So I'm now going to rewrite, and I'll continue on with the rest. Okay, and here's the second solution. Anyway, I hope that helped. Thank you.